All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Centre advises states to rein in holiday crowds at hill stations and other tourist places. India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage exceeds 37.57 crore mark. Ruling BJP sweeps bloc Pramukh elections in Uttar Pradesh. Special cell of Delhi police seizes heroin worth 2,500 crore rupees. Jammu and Kashmir government sacks 11 government employees for terror links. World Population Day been observed today. UP government to release state's population policy on the occasion. Australian top seed Ashley Barty wins women's singles title at Wimbledon tennis. Defending champion Novak Djokovic to clash with Italy's Matteo Berrettini for the men's singles title tonight. In women's cricket, India to take on host England in the second T20 match at Hove today. And in Eurocup football, Italy lock horns with England in the summit clash in London tonight. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others to get vaccinated. We also advise the listeners not to lower the guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news. Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla yesterday chaired a meeting to review the steps taken by the state governments for checking the spread of COVID-19 in hill stations and tourist locations. During the meeting in New Delhi, the overall management of COVID-19 situation and the vaccination status in the states of Goa, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand and West Bengal were discussed. The Union Home Secretary sounded a note of caution in view of media reports showing blatant disregard of COVID-appropriate behavior in hill stations and other tourist locations. He emphasized that the second wave of COVID was not yet over and states should ensure strict adherence to the protocols prescribed in respect of wearing of masks, social distancing and other safe behavior. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said India-Vietnam Comprehensive Strategic Partnership can contribute to promote regional stability, prosperity and development. Mr. Modi said both countries share a similar vision of an open, inclusive, peaceful and rules-based Indian Ocean region. Prime Minister Modi held a phone call with his Vietnamese counterpart Pham Minh Chinh yesterday and congratulated him on his appointment as the Prime Minister of Vietnam. During the conversation, Mr. Modi expressed confidence that comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries will continue to become stronger under the able guidance of Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh. Both Prime Ministers also reviewed the state of bilateral relations and shared their views on different areas of cooperation. Prime Minister Modi thanked Prime Minister Chinh for the valuable support provided by the government and people of Vietnam during the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic in India. Prime Minister Modi also invited Prime Minister Chinh to undertake an official visit to India at an early suitable date.
Jal Jeevan Mission has provided tap water supply to more than 97 lakh households in 61 Japanese acute encephalitis syndrome affected districts of 5 states. The mission has significantly strengthened the preventive measures to reduce the spread of Japanese encephalitis by providing clean tap water supply to the economically poor households in the affected districts of Assam, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. The Jal Shakti Ministry said the tap water has been supplied to these priority districts in a short span of 22 months. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar yesterday held bilateral talks with Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Georgia, David Zalkiliani. The External Affairs Minister is on a 2-day visit to Georgia. This is the first visit of an Indian External Affairs Minister to independent Georgia. In a joint statement after the talks, Dr. Jaishankar said the discussions covered trade and economic cooperation, tourism, connectivity, education and culture.
We have very comprehensively discussed bilateral cooperation. I think there is a lot that we can be satisfied about. There's been significant Indian investment here. There are 8,000 students who study in Georgia, Indian students. There are more than 50,000 Indian tourists who come here. I was very impressed to see actually that some of our movies, well-known movies, have been shot in Georgia.
The minister said they also discussed connectivity as it is a key to reliability and resilience in a globalized world. Dr. Jaishankar said there are big Indian investments in projects in Georgia, including the hydel sector, hydroelectricity sector and the steel sector. The External Affairs Minister handed over the holy relics of the 17th century Georgian queen Saint Ketevan to the government and the people of Georgia. Speaking at the relic handing ceremony, Dr. S. Jaishankar said the return of the holy relic of Queen Saint Ketevan from India to Georgia is a testimony of warm and friendly relations between the two countries. The holy relics were preserved at the St. Augustine Church in Goa since the 18th century.
In Uttar Pradesh, ruling BJP has won more than 635 seats of bloc pramukhs out of total 825. Polling for 476 bloc chiefs were held yesterday, while 349 bloc pramukhs were elected unopposed. Counting of votes for 476 seats were taken up immediately after the polling that ended at 3 p.m. As per reports, BJP managed to bag all seats of 8 blocks in Lucknow and Kannauj. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said that BJP's landslide victory in the 3-tier panchayat elections is recognition of the state government's policy of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated UP BJP workers for the party's landslide victory in bloc chiefs elections in the state. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said that the benefits received by the people from the policies and public welfare schemes of the Yogi Adityanath government have been reflected in the party's massive victory. India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage has exceeded 37.57 crore mark. The cumulative figure stands at 37 crore 57 lakh 10,173. The new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced from the 21st of June. Health Ministry said more than 34 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. It said over 15 lakh 72,000 vaccine doses were administered as first dose and 1 lakh 74,000 vaccine doses given as second dose in the age group of 18 to 44 years yesterday.
Gujarat has recorded 53 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday. 258 patients recovered during the last 24 hours and were discharged from the hospitals. We have more from our Ahmedabad correspondent.
Total 8,12,976 patients have been recovered from COVID-19 in Gujarat till now. The recovery rate further improved and reached up to 98.64%. Maximum 11 new cases reported from Ahmedabad, while Surat recorded 9 new cases. Not a single death reported from Gujarat due to COVID-19 yesterday. Gujarat has now 1,151 active cases at present, out of which 8 patients are on ventilators. Meanwhile, 3,02,282 persons have been vaccinated in the state yesterday. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Tamil Nadu government has extended corona lockdown in the state till 19th of July. Public transport to Puducherry has been allowed. Shops have been allowed to function till 9 p.m. without air conditioning facility. We have more from our Chennai correspondent.
Written examinations announced by state and central governments are allowed to be conducted. Regulations are to be followed in containment zones. Instructions have been given to manage situations in these areas at micro level. District administrations have been asked to remain vigilant regarding the pandemic situation. According to the Health Department, the number of new COVID cases has reduced further to 2,913 in the last 24 hours. The state registered 49 deaths yesterday. Number of active COVID cases was 32,767. A total of 3,321 COVID patients recovered from the pandemic yesterday. 1,50,412 samples were tested through RT-PCR. Joy, AIR News, Chennai.
In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists were gunned down by a joint team of security forces in an encounter at Kawari Gam village in Ranipora area of Anantnag district yesterday. The identity of the slain terrorist is being ascertained. Police said one of the slain terrorists has been identified as Arif Hajam. He was associated with the banned terror outfit Lashkar-e-Toiba LET and was involved in the killing of Army Havildar Manzoor Beg of 162 Territorial Army on the 6th of June in 2019 while he was on leave. In a major crackdown on anti-national elements, Jammu and Kashmir administration has terminated 11 government employees for the alleged involvement in terror funding activities. Those sacked from government jobs include two sons of the most wanted terrorist, Syed Salahuddin, who is also the founder of Hizbul Mujahideen. The designated committee in Jammu and Kashmir for scrutinizing and recommending cases had called for the dismissal from government service. The committee unearthed 3 overground workers who served for the terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba. One of the undercover agents was allegedly providing information to terrorists about the movement of security forces abetting and harboring terrorists to carry out activities in a clandestine manner. 2 other teachers from Anantnag were found involved in anti-national activities, including participating, supporting and propagating the secessionist ideology of banned organizations. 8 other government employees who have been dismissed from duty include 2 constables of the J&K police who allegedly supported terrorism from within the police department and provided inside information to the terrorists as also logistic support.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Centre advises states to rein in holiday crowds at hill stations and other tourist places. India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage exceeds 37.57 crore mark. Ruling BJP sweeps bloc Pramukh elections in Uttar Pradesh. Special cell of Delhi police seizes heroin worth 2,500 crore rupees. Jammu and Kashmir government sacks 11 government employees for terror links. World Population Day being observed today, UP government to release state's population policy on the occasion. Australian top seed Ashley Barty wins women's singles title at Wimbledon tennis, defending champion Novak Djokovic to clash with Italy's Matteo Berrettini for men's singles title tonight. In women's cricket, India to take on hosts England in the second T20 match at Hull today. And in Euro Cup football, Italy lock horns with England in the summit clash in London tonight. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
The Centre is disseminating awareness of national helpline numbers for the benefit of citizens during the COVID-19 pandemic. The helpline number of the Health and Family Welfare Ministry is 1075. The Child Helpline number is 1098. For senior citizens of Delhi, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, the helpline number is 14567. The helpline number of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, NIMHANS, for psychological support is 080 4611 0007. The Ayush COVID-19 Counselling helpline number is 14443. And MyGov WhatsApp help desk number is 9013151515.
Welcome back. You are listening to the morning news. Special cell of Delhi police has seized 354 kilograms heroin worth 2,500 crore rupees and busted a huge international drug syndicate. 4 people, 3 from Haryana and 1 from Delhi, have been arrested so far in the case. This is one of the biggest consignment of drugs seized by the special cell and one of the largest drug syndicate to be exposed. The police are investigating an angle of narco-terrorism in the case. Interrogation of suspects is currently underway. The drugs had come from Afghanistan. World Population Day has been observed today. This day is observed on the 11th of July every year. The objective of the day is to increase the awareness of the people towards the worldwide population issues. The Governing Council of the United Nations Development Programme in 1989 recommended July 11th as World Population Day to draw attention to the urgency and importance of population issues.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will release state's population policy on the occasion of World Population Day today. Chief Minister has said that due to effective strategy and continuous efforts, the COVID-19 infection situation is under control. During the last 24 hours, only 100 new cases were detected, and during the same period, 183 people were cured. We have more from our Lucknow correspondent.
Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will release Uttar Pradesh Population Policy 2021-2030 on the occasion of World Population Day today. State government spokesman said that the activities on the population stagnation fortnight would be duly started from today to encourage family planning in the state. Chief Minister will also inaugurate BSL-2 RT-PCR laboratories to test COVID-19 infection that have been set up in 11 districts of state. Chief Minister will also launch the CSC-PSC app on this occasion that has been developed with the objective of using new technology in providing health services to the people. He will also distribute Sagun kits to encourage the means of family planning among the newly wedded. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
In Odisha, all necessary arrangements are in place to observe the world-famous Rath Yatra in Puri tomorrow. Like in previous year, this year too, the car festival of Lord Jagannath and his siblings will however be conducted without the general devotees due to the prevailing pandemic. We have more from our Bhubaneswar correspondent.
COVID-19 has forced the government to restrict the Rath Yatra, that too with a strict ban on public participation. Accordingly, while all the entry and exit points to and from Puri are being sealed, curfew is being imposed in the city from 8 p.m. today till 8 p.m. on Tuesday to prevent any kind of congregation. As many as 65 platoons of police are being deployed in the city to oversee the smooth conduct of the car festival tomorrow. Devotees can, however, have the darshan of the deities atop their respective raths through live telecast, even as the grand chariots of Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra and Devi Subhadra chuck along the grand Baradanda tomorrow. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on the 25th of this month. It will be the 79th episode of the monthly radio program. The Prime Minister has invited people to share their ideas on topics he should address on the coming episode of the program. People can share their views in the NAMO app or MyGov Open Forum. They can also dial the toll-free number 1800-117800 and record the message for the Prime Minister in either Hindi or English. The phone lines will remain open till 22nd July. People can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received in SMS to directly give their suggestions to the Prime Minister.
Union Textiles Minister Piyush Goyal reviewed the functioning of Textile Ministry offices in Mumbai yesterday. Tweeting about the review meeting, the minister said that the meetings were held to develop the sector's value chain. He said that it will enable benefits to cotton farmers, attracting private investment, increased share of exports and greater ease of doing business. Minister of State for Textiles Darshana Jardhosh was also present at the meeting. Listeners from all across the country are participating in the Olympic quiz of AIR News. Many listeners have emailed us the correct answer to Friday's question. S.N. Singh of Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh is among them. He is the winner of our Friday's quiz. Congratulations to S.N. Singh from the entire team of All India Radio News. Speaking to AIR News, S.N. Singh expressed his happiness on winning the Olympic quiz.
ओलंपिक क्विज का विजेता बनने पर मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रहा है। इसके लिए मैं आकाशवाणी टीम को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने इस तरह का बहुत अच्छा पहल किया है। मैं ओलंपिक में भाग लेने वाले सभी भारतीय खिलाड़ियों को भी धन्यवाद देता हूं और ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि गोल्ड मेडल जीतें। हम सभी भारतीयों का शुभकामना है।
S.N. Singh said that he is a regular listener of All India Radio News.
In the run-up to the Tokyo Olympics, the News Services Division of All India Radio in its Sports Scan program is broadcasting every day Olympics Quiz with AIR News. Olympics Quiz, Akashvani Samachar ke saath in Hindi. Every day, a question related to Olympics will be asked at the beginning and closing of the program. To participate in this program, listeners can send the replies by email on airsportscan@gmail.com. The first correct answer received through email will be adjudged the winner of the quiz. The name of the winner will be announced in SportsScan program the next day. It will also be flashed on AIR Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. The Sports Authority of India will provide India team jersey to the winner. So tune in to the SportsScan program every day at 7:20 p.m. on FM Gold and on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official.
With 13 days to go for Tokyo Olympic Games, AIR today will talk about Uttar Pradesh's 24-year-old women's 20-kilometer race walker Priyanka Goswami, who recently created a national record and now all set for Olympics.
Born on 10th of March 1996 in UP's Muzaffarnagar, Priyanka comes from a humble background. Her father works as a bus conductor. Praising her struggle and sustained efforts, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his recent Mann Ki Baat picked life story of Priyanka by lauding her determination and perseverance. In fact, race walking is a sport India has not enjoyed much success at the Olympics. But Tokyo will see 5 Indian athletes in contention with a podium finish and win the country's first ever Olympic medal in race walking. Priyanka first practiced gymnastics at school for a few months before switching to athletics. Priyanka qualified for Tokyo in February 2021 by winning the Open Indian Championship in the 20-kilometer race walk with a new record of 1 hour, 28 minutes and 45 seconds in Ranchi, Jharkhand. Working as a clerk for Indian Railways, Priyanka previously won the national championship in 2017. Priyanka was out of action for 15 days as she tested positive for COVID-19 in May this year. However, she has now returned to her full fitness and aiming for a 1:27 timing in Tokyo in her pursuit to win a medal for India. Sports Desk, AIR News.
In women's cricket, India will take on host England in the second T20 match of the series at Hove today. The hosts beat India in the first T20 match by 18 runs through the Duckworth-Lewis method as rain hit Northampton, England on Friday. The third and final T20 match of the series will be played at Chelmsford on July 14th. In Wimbledon tennis, Australian top seed Ashley Barty has won the women's singles title, defeating 8th seed Karolina Pliskova of the Czech Republic. Elise Mertens of Belgium and Shea Su Wei of Taiwan have clinched women's doubles title, defeating Russian pair Veronika Kudermetova and Elena Vesnina. Defending champion Novak Djokovic will clash with Italy's Matteo Berrettini for men's singles title tonight. World number 1 Djokovic defeated 10 seed Denis Shapovalov, while 7 seed Berrettini thrashed Poland's Hubert Hurkacz in the semi-finals.
In Euro Cup football tournament, England will take on Italy in the summit clash at Wembley Stadium in London tonight. England reached their first final in 55 years as captain Harry Kane settled a tense semi-final against Denmark with the extra time strike that sealed a 2-1 win at Wembley. For the first time since beating West Germany in the 1966 World Cup final, England will contest the title match of a major tournament. Italy, on the other hand, defeated Spain on penalties in the first semi-final to reach the finals. Italy, undefeated in their last 33 games, have been one of the most impressive teams in the tournament. It will be England's first European Championship showpiece against an Italian side who last won the tournament in 1968. Argentina beat Brazil 1-0 to win Copa America tournament. Argentina ended its 28-year drought for a major international trophy as it defeated Brazil 1-0 in the final Copa America at Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. This has been Argentina's 15th Copa America, drawing level with Uruguay. Angel Di Maria scored the only goal of the match in the 22nd minute. This is Lionel Messi's first major trophy with Argentina's senior team.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for the day. The national capital Delhi may witness generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature is 28 degrees and the maximum may go up to 35 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature is 24 degrees Celsius while the maximum is expected to be around 31 degrees. Chennai may have rain or thunder showers and it may occur during evening or night. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature is 28 degrees Celsius and the maximum will go up to 34 degrees. Jammu will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature is 25 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 35 degrees. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Leh will have mainly clear sky. The minimum and maximum temperature will be between 14 and 30 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have mainly clear sky. The temperature will hover between 16 and 40 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature is 22 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 36 degrees. Dehradun will see partly cloudy sky with possibility of heavy rain or thunderstorm. The minimum temperature is 22 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Chandigarh will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunderstorm. The minimum temperature is 30 degrees and the maximum will be 33 degrees Celsius. In Hyderabad, we'll have generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 31 degrees. Ahmedabad will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature is 28 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 35 degrees Celsius. Bhopal will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature is 24 degrees and the maximum will be 34 degrees Celsius. Itanagar will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature is 26 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 35 degrees. Kohima will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature is 19 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 28 degrees. Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature is 22 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 31 degrees. Agartala will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder shower. The minimum temperature is 27 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Aizawl will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature is 20 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 28 degrees. Shillong will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature is 19 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 27 degrees. Gangtok will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. And Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature is 28 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be 37 degrees.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. The militant group Taliban intensifying its offensive amid U.S. troop withdrawals is one of the stories that finds prominent mention in most of the dailies. Pak's terror groups join Taliban war, India wary. Pak won't take refugees as more areas fall to Taliban. India calls back its staff, writes Hindustan Times. Former Intel officer Eric Garcetti named U.S. envoy to India, informs the Tribune. Uttar Pradesh panel released 2-child norm plan, notes the Hindu. India and Georgia agreed to work jointly to further strengthen their ties, writes the Asian Age, adding, India gifts holy relics of 17th century Queen of Georgia. After many false starts, IMD says monsoon set to hit today, leads the Sunday Times. Messi, England, Djokovic eye history on blockbuster Sunday, writes the Sunday Statesman. And finally, cough up 1 lakh rupees for noise in capital. Well, the Pioneer reports that the Delhi government issued orders that people violating noise pollution norms will have to pay 10,000 to 1 lakh rupees fine.
In some more news, Enforcement Directorate ED has recorded the statement of suspended Mumbai police officer Sachin Waze in connection with the money laundering case against former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. Special National Investigation Agency Court had allowed the Enforcement Directorate to record Waze's statement. Questioning will continue for 2 more days. Waze is currently lodged at Taloja Jail in Navi Mumbai. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Centre advises states to rein in holiday crowds at hill stations and other tourist places. India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage exceeds 37.57 crore mark. Ruling BJP sweeps bloc Pramukh elections in Uttar Pradesh. Special cell of Delhi police seizes heroin worth 2,500 crore rupees. Jammu and Kashmir government sacks 11 government employees for terror links. World Population Day been observed today. UP government to release state's population policy on the occasion. Australian top seed Ashley Barty wins women's singles title at Wimbledon tennis, defending champion Novak Djokovic to clash with Italy's Matteo Berrettini for men's singles title tonight. In women's cricket, India to take on host England in the second T20 match at Hove today. And in Euro Cup football, Italy lock horns with England in the summit clash in London tonight. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.